right, hello,
What's up,
Samuel Seminary.
This is our house.
Yes, this was our house, but now, why is it still? What is the definition of our? Like, what qualifies something to be our? You know?
I don't know. Probably like electrons. You know, like covalent bonds. You gotta share, not necessarily electrons, but like each other's particles.
But like, what's the range though? Because isn't like an electron? They have like a cloud that surrounds it.
Yeah, it depends if you have to like channel and all that, or like you can leave like a ward, and it's like, oh, this is still my toothbrush. You can't use that.
Yeah, I guess, and it gets all moldy. And it's like, yeah, you don't want to touch that. Yeah.
Well, if it's moldy, that means you're not using it. You should have good hygiene.
Wait, is it my toothbrush or your toothbrush?
I don't want a moldy one. You should.
I was
yours.
thinking like you left your toothbrush. I don't want to use that.
Oh,
either
okay.
way.
Throw that away. If it's there for like what? How long have I been in NorCal? 2 years now?
You have 2 or 3 years.
2, 3. Oh yeah, I'm about to hit my 3 year. So
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the stocks benefits, right?
Yeah. I don't think about that. It's like 401k. Just automate and forget.
All right, so you're in it for the what's it
I'm in
called?
it for
The heart.
the heart. Honestly,
That's
like you know, like how companies use Slack. And so we use Slack, and my status has been the heart is the strongest muscle.
Nice. Brahm.
Yeah, Brahm.
Brahm.
So,
anyways, yeah, they probably don't know what we're talking about. What do you do for a living?
I work at Neuralink, so brain chips.
Brain chips.
Yeah, but like so within the whole company, there's different parts, of course. So if we were to separate it from the chip itself versus the surgery, so there's a whole procedure that goes with that. There's a robot that actually inserts the chip itself, and with that robot comes different parts. I help make some of the parts.
Okay. Yeah. So or would you say like you're an engineer? Is that your title?
No, I'm a technician for sure. Like
Okay.
yeah. So I was an engineer, but I actually took the title step down because my role, like, I saw a need for things to get pushed, and I want to do that. You know, like manufacturing, it's important, and my team is like top tier.
Mm-hmm.
I trust them, and if I say like, "Hey guys, I'm not feeling good right now," I know they have my back.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's like the Avengers versus the Thunderbolts, you know, like the Avengers. They know what they're doing.
I haven't seen the Thunderbolts yet,
Okay.
but like on a scale of 1 to 10, how coordinated are they?
It's a better way to describe it. Like Avengers is like esports, right? Like Faker and then T1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thunderbolts is more like your ranked teammates.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys know what I mean.
Mm.
So I actually got some ChatGPT questions here.
Oh, yes, please.
So
Far away.
could one day,
Hi, Mom.
yeah, we got our mom over here. Hi, mom. Bye, mom. So could we one day record our dreams or hallucinations, like literally see what someone sees in our mind?
I think so. If you go into like the visual cortex, I think near the occipital lobe, you could theoretically record and say like, oh, this is what this looks like. I think there have been studies already that looked into that. We should probably have the disclaimer right now of like just be nink of like who knows how true this is. So
yeah, NDAs, right? NDAs.
Oh well, no, as in like I'm not. I don't have a chip yet, so I'm not like fact checking real time.
Okay.
So
You
could
just
be
got the
saying
meta
something.
glasses.
Yeah, check it out.
Say meta nuke the moon.
Yeah, I wish we could respond to different like names. So, like change it to Edith or like
Jarvis.
Yeah, that'd be
Jarvis,
cool.
shart my pants. Wait, is that like a Catholic thing to say? Never mind, it doesn't matter. So, what if reality isn't real and Neuralink actually lets us see the truth?
Well, it depends on like what wavelength. Yeah, like so take take anything in space and an artist were to draw it out, right? Is the painting itself like real? No, it's a representation, and whatever we sense really is just a representation, right? It's somewhat like a painting in our mind if you're highly visual, or like a song in our mind if we're auditory. But it's not so much that like, oh, it's any more or less real. It's like, I guess, more or less accurate to what the objective reality would be.
So what you're saying is we can't really understand what's real. We can only be presented with the facts.
Yeah, and like I think the more important thing would be a communication, right? Like, oh, how well do you and I understand each other? You know, like that quintessential question of like, oh, when I see green, is it the same green that you're seeing? But like, to a point, like that's not as important as it is useful. You know, like as long as we are talking about the same green and like can go along with it. I think Jordan Peterson talks about there having an a priori, or like you have to have a before goal, right? Like an a priori goal is something that you have to have a destination for things to either be a tool or a hindrance, for something to either be useful or not useful. And if it's a person, then they're either a friend or a foe, closer to the goal, further from the goal, a tool or hindrance. And of course, there's agents of magical transformation, and so that is different.
What is that? Agents of magical transformation.
So you have friends who help you out, but like there could be like this shaman figure, or this person who helps you see things differently, or is like this this kind of like weird Barbie, like Barbie has this like life that she thinks is good, but then like she's met with like, oh, there's this weird situation. She has to go to a shaman figure. She has to go to this weird Barbie who is an agent of magical transformation, who sets her off on a journey.
Okay. I was thinking kind of like you.
How so?
Like you are like my mentor figure. You're like my mystical shaman. You taught me like this mind jutsu that changed my life.
Yeah.
But then like when you said like sent me on an adventure, you haven't done that yet. So unless you have one for me.
Oh, okay.
We'll discuss later.
Yes, for sure, off air. Because like that's deeply personal, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. Like
Yeah.
the different people and like their tools and hindrances.
Yeah. So going back to your question, it's more so like, yes, there's different realities, and we're all experiencing different things. But it's wonderful when we're able to communicate and say like, oh, I'm seeing green, but like whatever you're seeing, we're aligning. We're able to share this reality. Yeah. Because like in the infinite possibility of like not even just objective, but adding in subjective realities, it's like, how can anyone understand anything? And yeah. There we go.
Don't mind it. Just keep talking.
Yeah. So there's that's basically it, really. I was thinking of
Okay, I'll stop.
man, I'm so easily like my attention is so easily like changed. I'm a lot like Barnes. Oh, yo, I have a dog, Australian Shepherd.
That's the wimping you hear, not the kids in my basement.
I don't know if you can hear it. Hold on. If we listen closely, we might hear him. I hope the mic picked that up. But
yeah, I'm pretty sure it did.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Maybe like we can share a snippet right here. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So,
good.
Yeah.
What's it like being a father?
I'm not a father yet. I am a
Okay.
pet owner.
Pet owner.
I love
That's
barns. I love barns, but there must be, like the.
He's
the
not
hierarchy.
human.
Yeah, he is not human. He is definitely cognizant and Worthy of love, yes, but like essence wise, I'm definitely team human,
That's
which
good.
is again why I work at Neuralink.
Do you think it's okay to euthanize dogs? Like put them down?
Oof. This is kind of like tangential to is it okay to neuter dogs? Yeah.
Mm.
I guess just going off of euthanizing them, if they're in deep pain, I think it would be like it would be merciful. Like I think there is such thing as mercy killing in terms of like, like if you own the dog and like are making the decisions for them, because like they're not out there at Petco using their credit cards buying their own food. You're doing that, and so it's up to you to make that prudential judgment call. If like this life is in my hands, what do I do with it?
Yeah, it's like it's like they're a kid, but they're not really. Yeah, where does the line with dignity come in? Do dogs have dignity?
Oh,
It's
yeah, for
different
sure, for
from
sure.
human dignity, right?
Yes, like qualitatively, it's very different. I guess kind of like cars and motorcycles. Like they're qualitatively different. Yes, they're transportation, get you point A to point B, but the experience is very, very different. Or the potential to do things are very different. Like popping wheelies on a high-powered bike is much easier than you'd need a lot more horsepower to pop a wheelie on on a car. Yeah.
Yeah, like all the torque and all
Yeah.
the tangents and the quarks and
Yeah.
the microbiological.
Yeah, and just the setup, you need like rear-wheel drive
Oh, yeah.
for that. You
You
need
can't-
a whole lot of horsepower for a front-wheel drive.
How do you do that? You turn around and go backwards or what?
Oh yeah, I don't know, man.
This is crazy.
You'd have to have a UFO, like Element 115 inside that car.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like a Russian built car. I don't know. So you built a robot that can operate on the brain better than any human. Does that mean surgeons are obsolete?
That is the goal. But as of right now, no, it's still surgeon assisted. So there's different parts of the surgery. The first part is to cut a craniectomy. So it's basically, think of a quarter, right? And like right here, you have to cut that. The robot can't cut through skin yet, but once the surgeon does that very masterfully, then the bone is exposed, your skull. Then the robot can go. It's got attachments from there, but it's still very, still humans heavily involved. But like we're working very, very close to improving every day.
Wow. Like the machine can cut through the skull,
Mhm.
but not the skin. That's
yet.
too fragile.
Yeah, we haven't we haven't had the attachments yet.
Mhm,
So for context, my attachment is a needle. So if the brain chip were over here, right? This is all the electronics, but how does it actually stick to the brain, right? So if if you just put the chip there, it's just like a chip on the brain, but it has to connect. So there are threads. There are electrodes that have to go into, if my foot is a brain, it'd have to go there, right? And so to get from here, this chip with threads going down that do the reading of electrical signals, these do the reading, I have to get this thread down, then down, down. And so the robot has a needle that takes this thread and pushes it down.
Oh.
So I make the needle, the one that actuates and goes, phew.
So that's what we see in the videos. Like
Yeah,
it's like in the
yeah.
close up of the brain, and it just goes. It's like a hundredths of a millisecond, right? How
Yeah.
fast is that? How fast is that going?
I don't know how fast it is right now because there's different revisions going on. So yeah, the robot operators would know better.
Wow, that's insane. So, what does it feel like to build something that literally pokes into the brain? And is there psychological weight to that? You're not just building tools, you're reshaping people.
Is there psychological weight in making stones for a cathedral? You know, like I kind of imagine myself as just like a bricklayer, like trying to build this grand thing that I help start, but like I never will see the full fruition of it. You know, like because like yeah, we can think of the major possibilities once it goes beyond helping those who are quadriplegic. It goes to just like humans who actually see value in it, not just as a supplementary, or not just as a medical device to help back to normal, but actually have superhuman like abilities to see an X-ray, to be able to like have different wavelengths, like different signals come in instead of just visual light, which is such a small part of the light spectrum. Yeah, to increase that, I think that'd be cool. But in terms of the daily steps, nah, no real psychological weight. It's more so the weight of carrying the logs in the boats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I heavily subscribe to the saying, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Right? Because like you have to do the basics. You have to do the basics in order to be able to level up and get there. The moment the basics fall apart, your fundamentals, we're cooked.
Yeah, you bring up a really good point. Like, and like chop wood, carry water. That's basically your prayer life.
100%.
Because like if you stop doing that, then like you're no longer enlightened, even if you reach enlightenment.
Yeah, yeah, and a true prayer is really just not just. It's really aligning your whole body toward this this infinite goal, right? Because if you were trying to reach infinity of like God being infinite, we have to align. Because yeah, it's simple, really, but like we have to be mindful of it.
Yeah, like during the cruise. So we went on a cruise for like
Mediterranean.
For like 2 weeks. Yeah. And then, how would you say your prayer life was like on the cruise?
It tanked, bro.
Yeah.
Like my dreams, I started getting like bad dreams.
Yeah. And we tried recording a podcast episode, and
yeah.
what is it?
Yeah, it was just bad vibes.
Yeah.
It felt weird, but I think it made sense because like it wouldn't. It's not that I was in peril, but I was in a strange situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like where I felt like I was given food every single day to the maximum amount, and I felt no struggle. I felt so pampered that like I felt unreal, like no more authenticity. It's good for like 3, maybe 4 days, but after 2 weeks, and it just felt like much, and yeah. So the dreams that came in were that of like struggle, which made sense because like men who struggle should not have dreams that are happy and and soft. Men who struggle should have dreams of struggling.
It's like on their mind, right?
Yeah, because it's on their mind. If you had soft dreams, I think there's something wrong in the sense that like, oh man, I just want to give up. It's like I no longer want to try. It's like let me curl up and
Die.
Yeah. So if you're a struggling man with struggling dreams, it makes sense. Keep going.
It's just like if the devil's attacking you, keep going because that means you're on the right track.
Yeah.
So back to the neural linkage. This robot is the first step toward upgrading our biology, right? Like the moment we can wire stuff into the brain, we're cyborgs. Does that terrify you or does that excite you?
Just quick asterisk. I don't know if it's the first step because I feel like we've already altered our biology. Like just being in the bath of like all these like
technology.
Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's a first step.
Second
I'd say
step.
yeah, it's an inevitable step. But I lost track of the question. What was?
Well, that brings up an interesting question too. Like, since we have our phones and laptops and all this technology, even your Meta glasses, would you say we're cyborgs now?
Yeah, yeah, just not efficient cyborgs. You know, like.
Okay.
In the same way that like there were cars before, but reaching 8 miles an hour top speed, it's like, are they really cars? You know?
Or just moving carriages, or
Yeah.
carriages with wheels.
Yeah, or horseless carriages.
Horseless
Yeah.
carriages. That's what. Yeah. So does that make you feel like I think we shouldn't do this, or do you think like there's like a lot of good that could come out of it?
Yeah, starting there, like pre being an employee, I was hesitant. I'm thinking like, oh man, like end of the world. But there was a big boom in the back. If the mics didn't catch that, but I thought that it was like the beginning of the end. But like the more I'm in it, I realize like God has always been with us, and like it's always been light in the darkness and not darkness in the light, you know, like the snake in the garden. It's been like, no, life is hard, but we're able to find hope, find a dream, find something meaningful to keep going. And so Neuralink just being technology, it's a tool. Going back to the goal, right? We got tools, we got hindrances, we got obstacles. So hopefully it's a tool and not an obstacle that like that uses you instead.
Yeah, hopefully no mind control.
Yeah, no. We'll set good privacy settings. So,
Would you ever let your robot perform surgery on you?
I trust the robot operators because I know them personally. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you know their names. Like, would you like to disclose that information on the internet? Nah, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
dox them right now, boy.
So
Yeah, I think that really is the best thing, though. Like, the people I've worked with, like, I've been able to find my plus equal minuses. You know, like, whenever you're in a martial art, you only grow when you have a plus, like a sensei, an equal, a sparring partner, or a minus, somebody you're teaching also. And I can definitely say I've, like, yeah, I'm growing.
it's a good work environment, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Like lots of diversity in race, gender, and thought beliefs.
Yeah. Yes. All of that.
A lot of Indians.
Yeah. That's
Just think about India.
group.
Like, it's such a big place, huh?
yeah, like so before moving to NorCal, I don't think I've ever seen an Indian baby. Like it's just cuz we've grown up around Filipinos, you know, like
No, our neighbors, weren't they Indian? They had like a
no,
like
they're
a 2-year-old.
Pakistani.
Oh,
Bro,
that's
that's
my
right.
bad. That's my bad. My bad.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, like I think we've just been in such a bubble so much, but like I love being Filipino Americans because it's like this. I love being so general where we're not like we're able to just go anywhere. We're like the stem cells of like of the races. You know? Like Filipinos are literally everywhere, and so I like that.
How is that even possible? Like, think about like, first of all, like the surface area of the Philippines. That's like what 140 million. Then how do you like multiply that over? We're like we're like almost abundant as the Jews.
We took over the planes, all the boats, all the feet. We walk around. We just we set. Some people come to a new land and set up a flag. We come to a new land and set up Jollibees, and I think that's a shining beacon, bro. Like
Cinema Jollibee, Seafood City.
yeah, peach mango pies and what do you buy at Seafood City? And
Seafood
like
City.
kopia.
A job application. I want to work at a Seafood City.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
like just like you see the ABG moms, like not like the
Okay.
moms that are ABG, but the mother of the ABGs. You say
Oh.
like, this broom, this silly, this walis, you will hit all of your son He's a failure. Yeah, kid him with this. No, okay, we're not
Sounds right.
condoning violence. But yeah, I'm a
You know,
horrible
okay, okay.
salesman.
I actually don't think we experience enough violence, like as like I'm just talking like men right now.
Oh man, I thought you meant like me and you.
Oh yeah, no, like I don't think we've ever physically fought.
Oh no, no, like dad like hit me like every day. Not hit me, but like I get hit with the walis, with the cintaron, with the chanelas.
It definitely like it shapes our childhood, and I think we need to have some sense of like, oh yeah, this I should avoid that. Yeah, like an embodiment. Yeah, like not to promote violence for sure, not senseless violence, but like when we no longer are attached to our bodies, when we no longer understand pain, then we no longer feel the threat of pain. We no longer feel the threat of like, this sucks, and it all becomes mental.
Mhm. Yeah, so you're saying like we need to feel more pain as a whole men's society, or even just as a society.
Yeah, that, and not to be so afraid of feeling pain. Like we feel pain because we're so afraid of feeling it. We want to avoid it so much that we end up actually like manifesting this pain.
Yeah, huh? Like it's like you fear rejection, so we don't actually do anything.
So you gatekeep yourself. You reject. You by definition have taken yourself out of the playing field.
Yeah, it's what's like one way you think people should do it other than just doing it? Like if they're already doing it, what else should you just do? Like if you're doing it and it's not working.
Can you think of an example?
Like you have like a fear of rejection, so you try doing rejection therapy. You think it will work eventually? Just keep doing it.
Start off small, right? Because like the dose makes a poison. And if you haven't tolerated any rejection at all, and you immediately go to like a level 10 ABG, that will break you, bro. And to a point where it may never be mended again. But like if it's level 2, like, oh yeah, I can probably like think of what to say without drooling, without like, yeah, because like you have to be able to like give yourself the potential to fail, the potential to like say, okay, if I do fail, this won't kill me. It'll probably hurt, but it's fine.
Yeah, I was watching like an Instagram account, and his whole thing is like rejection therapy, but not like asking girls out. He's like, hey, can I sit in the fire truck? Like he goes to the fire station.
Oh, okay,
can I go
yeah,
sit in the fire truck? I've never done it before. And then he's like, okay, yeah, sure, just come inside. He gives him a tour. Another time, he asks his Uber driver, can I drive the car? Then the Uber driver's like, oh, what? No, that's not a good idea. Let me leave that to me. So it's like mixed reviews, but most of the time, like you just ask something random, and they say, yeah, sure, why not?
I like that because it immediately shifts the game, right? Like we're talking about like, is your green the same green I'm seeing? A lot of people think that there's only one game that's being played, either rejection or acceptance, pass fail. No, maybe there's another meta game of you win just by asking. You win just by trying, right? And then we say, oh, participation trophies are bad, but like participation is important. Yeah. And it's necessary. So definitely like participate, and at the same time like realize what game is most life-giving, right? It's not so much like rejection or acceptance, but really like, am I extending myself in a life-giving way, and am I making this person's day better?
I think you are, Kuya Sam.
Yeah. Wow.
Would you ever think like back in your high school days, Like, you know how you were like, oh, I'm a dance major. You're telling people like, oh, I like dancing.
Oh, the story you say about yourself is so important too. The self-talk. Yeah, yeah. It's key.
Would you ever like think you'd be doing what you're doing now when you were in high school?
No, I was like I didn't understand anything back in high school. So I don't know if I understand anything anymore now even, but I do have trust that like the path is good. This is a thing with Catholicism, you know, like we're standing on the backs of giants who have said that like this is the oh, excuse me.
Meta.
Meta. Can they hear that? Probably it's going like
Yeah, I can hear it from here.
I don't know why I have
Is that Spotify?
Yeah, hold on. We'll cut forward.
No, we're keeping this in.
Oh yeah? Okay.
This is raw. I'm not even gonna make a single cut in this video.
Oh, for real? Sick.
I'm
Very good.
lazy now.
Nice.
One angle, no
Okay.
two cameras.
Okay, that's good. That's good because like I usually just go off of sound anyway. Like even these glasses, they don't have anything visual,
overlays.
but like it's been so good in that I don't look at my phone anymore. I'm relying on my auditory so much, and that's good.
I want to get one of those. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
So I leave my vision like in reality, and then augmented like hearing. So.
You're more of an auditory guy, you said too, right?
Yeah, like I think that's why it appeals to me. Like podcasts appeal to me, and like I like listening. You know?
Yeah, you're a good listener.
Wow,
I tell you my problems, and you like listen.
amazing. But like, tell me more about myself. No, but yeah, I really admire that. Like you're able to grab the essence of what you're feeling too, like the amount of understanding that you have for yourself, but also the situation. It's quite good, and like I don't even have to say anything really. Like I just have to let you know I'm by your side, which is again let you know I'm a friend, not a foe, because like when we're in our head all the time, like we're our biggest foe. And then Satan's there trying to fuel the fire.
Yeah. Imagine how much more if you were Willem Dafoe.
Whoa.
Your foe is Willem Dafoe in your mind.
Yeah. The green goblin is the same green goblin that you see, the same green goblin I see.
Yeah, is it like the Willem Dafoe, or is it like the cartoon Green Goblin, or is
Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was insane. I remember like you had the MP3 and you played that song. Like, what is this technology? Like, how is it playing it?
Yeah.
It actually baffled me, and like the song was so amazing.
If y'all don't know what this is, we're gonna play it right now.
I don't think we can.
Oh no?
I think it's like copyright.
Okay. Dang. Can we put a link? Or something?
Yeah, we can put a link. Yeah, we can put a link.
What's it called in the show notes or something?
Probably YouTube. Oh, I could play on YouTube.
Nice. Okay.
No, yeah, I'll just play it everywhere.
Spectacular.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's a bop. I love you, bro.
I love you too, bro. Do you want to shout out anyone else you love anywhere in the world that might be
100% Gianna, my wife. I love you.
Good choice. That's a good choice.
It's so good. Like I didn't know marriage could be this like this wonderfully painful. You know, like I was told that there were like 3 rings, right? There's like the engagement ring, the wedding ring, and the suffer ring. And I love like this third part of meaningful suffering, because like it's 2 people that are playing different games at first, right? And just because you're dating doesn't mean you're playing the same game, but like and by game I mean story, or like whatever view of the world, 2 different world views. But I prefer game because it's more fun. You should always chase after fun. And so I was playing one game and she's playing a different one, and the possibility of meshing, say, basketball and soccer, it's so much fun to make your own rules together and say like, all right, so that's the muscle you've been building. I've been training this muscle. Like, I want to use my hands. You're using your feet. And I'm to be able to share that in the same house. Oh man. You know, like speaking of toothbrushes, we're we're no moldy toothbrushes in our house. You know, like we're able to keep things clean and efficient because we have this communication that's built up. It definitely wasn't it wasn't there on day one or even day 100, but maybe on day 101 something clicks of like, oh wait, that's what you meant, and it's just yeah, and it's
That's
good.
insane.
Yeah,
That sounds wonderful.
yeah,
And like God designed it like that.
yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So after tasting marriage, I can also definitely say like brotherhood or even sisterhood is also like very, very important. And God does call different people to different things. Yeah, that's just finding out their role. You know, this is why I still go by Kuya. Like, there, I think that's a role that God has given me. Like, I don't go by Daddy Sam, or
Not like Alex.
shout out to Alex. But I think that like there's this like going roles of plus equal minus. I think we're missing sparring partners nowadays, and I want to be not the plus. I don't think I'm any better than anyone else. Not the minus, because I don't think I'm any much lesser than anyone else either. But even if I'm not the best, I give it my best, and I want to like just like right now, we're able to share ideas, thoughts. This is the idea dictionary, a place for words, a place for thoughts to be able to nurture and foster ideas. Like, yeah, we're spitballing, and who knows if any of this is real or true. You know, like I think there's so much an overemphasis on that, but like we're literally aligning our bodies to be able to say like, hey, this is my thought, this is your thought, this is my game, your game. Like, I want to see if this is closer to reality, closer to the good, the true, or the beautiful.
Because if you think about it, like let's say there's like a huge structure, and it's like inconceivable. And so you, like if you're just gonna think with one thought, like this is reality, you're just thinking from one angle. But if you get like a bunch of different angles, even if it's distorted or even if it's like blocked, even if it's like something, there's still truth in it. You're still getting a different angle, and by getting a different angle, you're seeing more of the whole reality or the whole truth or whatever that huge structure is.
And no one person can accept that whole thing, right? If our bodies are the temple of the Holy Spirit, if we are all vessels, it would be hubris to say like, oh, I see it all, I can hold all of reality. No, it's like, that's God. I don't think any human can, nor should any human have to. It's not their role.
Yeah. Think about like different roles too, like with the angels. Like angels, some of them like help out humans. Some of them it's not their role to help out humans. Some of them like seraphim, they just stand in the presence of God all day.
Yeah. Like to do that though, like amazing. Yeah.
It's like insane. Like if you're still like new to Christianity, you haven't like felt that like that personal connection with God. You're like just stand by God all day. Like what? That's so boring. But then, like, if you have felt that experience with God, then it changes. Like, whoa, you spend all day with God.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
like,
Oh
wow.
my goodness.
What a blessing
I miss
that would
worship.
be.
I miss worship. And it's good. Really. We only say like, oh, I don't want that because like, because we don't know how good it is. I do have this deep desire to like, yes, to be holy, but I want others to be holier than me. You know, like to be able to say like, yes, I know for sure I love God, but I want others to like say it with their hearts too and say like, yeah, I'm on fire. Like nowadays, I think it's nice to be nonchalant and all, but like it's better to be on fire.
Yeah, honestly.
It's better to love life 100%, 110%. Man.
Yeah, like, what's the point of being nonchalant if you can't, like, love life, you know?
Mm.
Like, it's like you're just like, you want to be on fire, but then you extinguish yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Like, and why do you think we have these arguments of like, oh, why bring a child into life now? Because it sucks so much. Like the world's gonna end. So why even have children? You know, it's like, no, you should go because life is good. You should not cap yourself, not like just hold back so much. Like, yeah, financial responsibility is a thing. Yeah, emotional readiness is a thing. But sometimes, usually it's better to overdo rather than overthink.
Mm.
And
100%.
yeah, like we have such great intuition, and we as humans, right? Like we're taught in school to think like, oh, this is how to be rational. This is how to have like this is how to think critically, and that's good. But we're also, just by giving that attention, we're no longer emphasizing the fact of having a subconscious and unconscious mind that like also processes. Perhaps not in a rational way, but in a literally metaphoric way. And I don't think we emphasize that enough. We live life in literal metaphors. Because there's matter, and there's what matters. And we're talking about like, oh yeah, the world being full of matter, electrons and all that. Yes, that's true. But like, have you talked to an electron? Have you ridden one? Have you been able to interact? Not in a like abstracted way, because yes, like I'm interacting with electrons right now, but it's my hand. I'm interpreting this as my hand. When we fist bump, I don't fist bump electrons. I fist bump you, you know, like my brother, whom I love. And there is not like just this like matter. There is something that matters.
That's amazing. And it like I was watching a video about like a black hole, or like is the universe in a black hole, and it was by that one guy, the black guy. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah,
he was talking about it. I got confused.
I was thinking Hank Green.
Hank Green. I think he probably made one about it too.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, the whole universe might be in a black hole. And then I was pooping and I needed to wipe, and then I stopped watching it like halfway. But yeah, what you said, like what matters and what's matter and what matters. And it says like that's a really interesting point, because if we are in a black hole, it's like, yeah, we are in a black hole. Are you going to take it as like, we're in a black hole, everything, everywhere, all at once, nothing matters, that way, just give up? Or are you going to take it like the dad? You're going to be like, what matters? And look at the good things in life, put googly eyes on everything, and just like, yeah, life is good. You know?
Learn to laugh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that he's like stupid. Definitely not. He sees everything, but just has a choice to say like, oh yeah, I'm gonna Wayman this up.
Wayman.
Yeah.
Raymond Legends.
Did you know that like it was supposed to be Jackie Chan that was gonna be the main character, but the female lead, I don't know the actress's name, but
Aquafina.
That's not.
We can be racist to Asians. Yeah.
Do we have? Can we play that card?
But know.
I think no name is coming.
Yeah,
but she actually texted Jackie Chan saying, "Hey, thank you for passing up on this role, because this was a really good opportunity." And so that original role was actually written for a guy.
Oh.
But then yeah, I think it's so much more deep, the fact that it's like a mother-daughter story, because like yeah, most father son stories, which I resonate with a lot. It's a lot more about like pushing hard and like like overcoming, you know. But like the emphasis on everything everywhere all at once as a multifaceted problem instead of like guys point A to point B, who's gonna carry the boats? It's like, yeah, let's go. It was really cool to experience that because I don't have I don't have the feminine experience, of course, but like to be able to see art of it and having it resonate with Gianna also, it's nice. Yeah.
And a lot of people are feeling like that nowadays. Or have they always felt like that?
I don't
Think
know.
about like a medieval peasant, just like hoeing away at a field.
But I think like environment matters also, right? Like if they see other people doing it, then they're more okay with doing it because like, yeah, it's not like they had Instagram to say like, oh man, they're my friends are vacationing in Ibiza. It's like, no, like that's all you know. All your friends also have hoes and picking away. Are hoes and picks the same?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I feel like a hoe is like longer range, and it's only like one-sided and it's kind of shorter. Or is it like it's like this, right? Not like this. Like a pickaxe is like this, but then it's like a hoe is like wider.
I wish I played Minecraft more. I'd know this, but
Well, it's kind of like 2D, so you wouldn't really know either.
No?
No.
So
Kinda
should we
looks
play
like it.
Stardew Valley instead?
Stardew. Oh yeah, Stardew. I think they would have more clarity on that.
Yeah, I played that just for a short stint, and I'd always just go fishing. So even then, I would not farm. I just fished all day. It's such a fun mechanic.
That sounds fun.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
just
yeah.
fishing is fun, you know. And then fishing in Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a way to spend your summer. I got 3 more questions for the Neuralinkage. Let's say the robot can implant something that gives you perfect memory. Does that change what it means to be human? Do flaws and forgetfulness make us who we are?
Oh dang. Okay. So the second part, flaws and the whole package. Yes, that does inform who we are. You mentioned perfect memory, and latching onto that, it's like information. Everything, like we're talking about matter, that's information. It always necessarily, just the fact of experiencing it has to be compressed. Information necessarily needs to be compressed. Hopefully it's in as high fidelity as possible, but like if you're hearing my voice right now, you're necessarily like there's going to be loss. But to have perfect memory, like I don't know, and like there's so much that we're missing, you know. Like even then, I don't think there's a possible way to get like perfection. Even then, like yeah, I think perfection belongs in the realm of ideas, belongs in the realm of the spiritual, right? But like I don't think that's attainable when there's matter, right? But we can get as close to perfect as possible. We can get as close to the path of perfection as possible, right?
Yeah, because it does have like a limited space in here, and even more limited space of the Neuralink. So yeah, that would be pretty
I
impossible.
actually don't know how many gigs are in here.
Someone said it's probably like 100 something terabytes.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is, but just like DNA is super efficient at data storage. Yeah, someone said 1 millimeter of DNA is like, no, 1 nanometer of DNA is a terabyte. That sounds about right, but this is not a scientific show, so do not take anything I say.
You know, like, have you ever seen Cops? And like when the cops like handcuff the perp, they block out his face. Yeah. I think you should just do that with us, but instead of blocking out, just the warnings saying like, "Hey, we may not know what we're saying," it just floats around. But
that dog, he's holding up a sign.
yeah.
He hold up a sign the whole time.
Or maybe like just one word, like spitballing.
Oh yeah. Or just like what's that one word that's it's like it means caution, but it's like never mind. Imagine someone asks you to make the robot do something weird,
Mm.
like implant a chip that blocks traumatic memories. Would you do it? Are we entering a future where we edit reality?
I say we already edit reality.
That's
Like,
right.
but just with assuming that scenario, right? Like, and here I'm saying we're doing everything we can to already like keep away from that. Like, there's precautions that like step by step, like people have thought this through.
Oh yeah.
But I already think we're distorting reality in both good ways and bad, right? This is the whole point of information like being compressed. There's necessarily signal to noise, and there's a lot of noise.
Yeah. You think they can hear the crickets?
Yeah, I think these are high quality mics. A lot is getting filtered.
You know what? I actually got these off Amazon. They're from China. And
Yeah,
they were like $40.
yeah. Same thing with my high quality earphones. Like
Mhm.
my IEMs are like I love them, and they're chi-fi because it's just
Chi-Fi?
they know what they're
China-Fi?
doing.
Oh.
Yeah, like hi-fi, but like yeah.
Yeah, like honestly, like
It's
the
high
whole
quality.
American hating on China is like I was like on that ship for a long time. Like I still kind of want to have more things made in America, but I'm
Mm.
like I gotta give them where the thing respect where due respect is yes, because China is like actually really good at making stuff.
Yeah,
These mics, even this stand I think was made in China. But this is like the best stand I've ever had.
yeah.
Like stands are like I don't really care about stands, but this stand is amazing. Look, it even has one of these, like
What is that?
like you can hide the wire in it.
Oh, so it's aesthetic too. Nice.
Yeah, like it's it makes it like cleaner, neater,
Very nice.
and I don't know. They know how to do things efficiently with the money, with like the cost
Yeah,
money.
I
But
think
it's now they're like in decline financially.
so
and the-
what is like what is the emphasis like culturally, right? Like for the US or even other countries, it's just like yeah. Um yeah, I think it's whatever is emphasized at the time because like the US used to be like an industrial powerhouse, now not. So
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so it's like the U.S. and then they handed it off to China. China's doing what the U.S. used to do.
Mm. But I think it's sharing global wealth also too, like because even the Philippines, like with where there's more jobs, you know, like if if there's something wrong on my phone, I call and there's a tita on the other line. She's like, "Excuse me, ma'am, sir, can I help you with your Sony device?" And I'm like, "Yes, please."
Yeah, I remember the first time calling customer service, hearing a Filipino. And I was like, I'm so sorry you have to do with this, my kapatid, you know, my kababayan.
Yeah, but like I think that's the thing. Like work is work, and if you can find something you're good at and something you do, like yeah, foster that.
Yeah. You are you tired?
No, I'm enjoying this.
Okay. Then we can keep going for like 10 more minutes. We're at the 53 mark.
Oh yeah.
53 minutes. So
Wow.
that's good. So I was actually like when I was blowing the bubbles. Like what do bubbles mean to you? You want to see it again?
Yeah, what bubbles mean to me. We talked about everything everywhere all at once. I think it's like googly eyes, right? Like it's just fun just because. And Bishop Barron says like the most beautiful things in life are the most useless, and that's the best thing because they exist for their own good. They exist and make life better, not because they're useful, not because they're like necessary, but they make life better because they make life better. And bubbles, yeah, you don't need bubbles,
Yeah.
but like,
And think of like the color that exudes from them, you know?
mm,
Like they didn't have to do that. Like some bubbles, they're just clear.
Are you talking about how ephemeral that the whole phenomena is also? Like the moment they pop, it's like it bursts into different colors and like
Oh.
gradients.
No, like look again. Like it's just colorful. See, look how the color just
Especially with that
bounces
RGB, bro.
Oh, yeah. That makes it a lot more colorful.
Yeah.
But even if you just look at it closely, you want to know what I think?
What do you think?
I think bubbles represent the light of Christ, you know. We are the light of Christ, right? The church. And we are bubbles. As we go into the world, we're only there for a short time. And we show people who are watching around that the beauty, the light. Some are more colorful than others. Some like really want to think about like how it is. And one day you just pop, you just disappear. You go back into the heavens. I don't know. You disappear.
You go somewhere.
And then sometimes it just brings more bubbles, you know, see? And when I think of the light of Christ, you know, when I think of the light that shines in me, when I try to picture it, it's the same colors that I see in the bubbles, actually. Some kind of like purplish, bluish.
Different hues.
Yeah. Like it's just something different about like what you see in the regular world. It kind of, and the way bubbles usually just flow upwards, you know? It's like incense. Like it's the prayers going up like incense.
Nice.
And you think about Jesus, what is he? He's the life, he's water. He's the living water, right? What makes bubbles you can't have without water. You have to have water.
And light.
So it's like, I don't know why I never really hear the analogies of bubbles in the Catholic Church, you know. It's beautiful. We should have more bubbles in the Catholic Church. Like the Protestants.
They have bubbly personalities.
Hey, we do too. We got Manfred, we got Lila Rose. Did you know Lila Rose? We got Franco. We got John is Catholic.
Yeah.
The Joyful Catholic.
The voice of reason.
Voice of Reason. That guy. And a lot of
You know what? Like I have always wanted to just have a superpower to take other people's voices and like to be able to have his voice so I can sing The Weller Man. There once was a ship that put to sea, but with his voice.
Yeah, that would be insane.
Man.
We're gonna get him on a podcast one day.
Yeah.
We're gonna make him sing that song.
But
he's gonna need like a stipend. I remember he said that one time, like, you know how like people say he has the voice of Rocky from like that fighting movie? What's it called? Mortal Kombat? No. Anyways, I think it's called Rocky, right? It's just called Rocky. It's called Rocky, isn't it? So they want him to say like Sylvester. Wait, what does he say?
Yo, Adrian.
Someone made him say that, but then he made him pay like $50.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're having a GoFundMe for when that happens. Donate below. I definitely won't just steal the money. There's no GoFundMe.
Cool.
So any other thoughts you want to leave the world with?
If you don't look up, you look around. I think this is something that like I heard. Like I can't attribute things to like people, but I just attribute them to giants wherever they are. And a giant thought that I've heard around is if you don't look up, you look around. And you gotta like have this like point, you know, like this directed point. Like yes, definitely put stats in like in other skills and other mentalities in other temperaments, but like max out on one stat. You know, like for me, if I maxed out on a rock stat instead of a scissor or paper, you know, like rocks, like they're hard to break, right? Super high defense stats, and even if they crumble, it's still a rock. The rock breaks, you have two rocks. Yeah, but paper is really good in like we've been talking about reality, right? Paper people who are good at storytelling, they are natural reality distorters, for better or for worse. They're like, hey guys, I have an idea, and then like are able to, well, good storytellers are able to bring people in and say like, yeah, I like that story, and it catches fire. But if it's a bad story, people are like, eh. So like, so yeah, we should put stats in reality distortion also, storytelling, communication. That's important. But scissor stats, people who are just like AJ, our cousin is very smart. Shout out AJ, but is able to like cut through the bull. They're able to erase like noise and focus on the signal. They're able to just say like, hey, like that's a cool story, but like it's more this way, and that's important. And so, yeah, if we don't look up, we look around and we see like, oh man, this person is really good at like telling stories, or this person's really strong, or this person's really smart, and we just look around. If we don't look up and say like, Lord, what's my role? Like, what? And you can have secondary attributes for sure. We should have secondary attributes. We can't just be one all the time, because that makes us predictable. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Like, it's not a fun game. We have to be able to, switch. But, yeah.
Is there more than rock, paper, scissors too? Like gun, shoe?
Yeah, you can. Assuming that everyone's playing, like, everyone agrees to those rules, right? Because, like, you don't want to be the kid that plays black hole. It's like... Yeah, unless like unless there's a rule that says you can play one black hole once every 5 turns, or something. Yeah, but at that point, then now you're playing a meta game of saying like, all right, you know what? Let's make this more complex, and that's good, right? So I don't know if we have time, but I want you to finish the sentence. I am contemplating blank.
The love of Jesus Christ.
Fantastic. We're gonna come back on next episode. Remember that. But for me, lately, I've been contemplating truth, because before I've been contemplating beauty, right? And I think I've found a word that encapsulates it in a way that I feel satisfied, right? Like if I were to say what's beauty. It's simplicity. And some would say elegance and all that, but like for me specifically, I like simplicity because it can grab so much more, right? Just because it's beautiful doesn't mean it's unattainable. It should be attainable. It should be attainable even for a small child. It should be attainable even for a small dog. Like just because they're capped like at a certain level, not at a human ability to like do whatever we do with our free time, they still have dignity of beauty, are able to experience this, and it's good. So that's what I was thinking of like previously before the cruise. So yeah, beauty because it's simple, and games are beautiful in and of themselves because they don't need to exist. Games are pretty useless, but like the amount of goodness that comes from it, like life is more fun because there's a game that if you and I agree to the same rules, same reality for a short time that the bubble is there until it pops, then yeah, I just want every single person playing that game to pop off, to have the best maxed out stats and roles, so that like when there's a team fight, or if it's a team game, but like I just want the strongest, the best, that the person could do.
The hardest men.
The hardest. We need
David
some soft.
Goggins. Okay.
We need some softness too, but like primarily hard. We need strong. Yeah, because like, yeah.
Were you thinking of like the binding domain, like in Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yeah. That's a binding vow for sure. Oh yeah.
Oh, binding vow.
Gojo.
That's what it's called.
Can they see this? Gojo.
I think we should take like a selfie later, make it the thumbnail
Okay, yeah, that's fun.
with the shirts. So that's what it's like a foreshadowing
Yeah.
of this right moment right now.
Yeah. So, yeah, I really think that there's something to that where like the very essence of domain expansion is like your subconscious getting like imposed into somebody else, into somebody else's reality. And that's why it's so hard to do that, because like you have to know yourself, you have to know like to a point of like, oh yes, I've maxed this out, and like this is my story, and they have to believe it. They have no choice but to be in your reality. Yeah. If y'all don't watch Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm sorry, this doesn't make sense. But like, yeah,
Yeah, it's basically what he said though.
yeah. I guess like so essentially that is playing black hole. Like instead of rock paper scissors, when you say domain expansion, that's the kid who plays black hole. That is if the game is, think of an integer between 1 to 10. Ready? 3, 2, 1,
3.
8.
Oh.
Okay, right. So now think of an integer that is 1. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 1. You went into my domain expansion, because I like basically took down all of the possibilities and said, this is a signal.
Accept it.
Yeah, accept
Jesus
it.
Christ is Lord.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why like when you went through that time and you found like domain expansion like for those demons, I'm like, brother, I can't even do that yet. So I'm glad that you found this. This is good.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
I'll make a separate video about what happened.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really interesting what happened.
Y'all need context. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you, brother Samuel.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. Like like the domain expansion messed with my brain.
Oh yeah.
I forgot our secret handshake,
Oh yeah.
which was this one. There we go.
Cool. Anything you want to say before closing off?
It's been a while since I last closed a podcast. It's been like 2 months. I usually say thank you guys for watching. Thank you, brother Samuel Seminary, for coming here all the way from NorCal.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, David Seminary.
So if you guys enjoyed this video, please like and comment anything that sparked your imagination, anything you want clarification, anything at all. It could be your grandma's name. And if you guys want, you please share it with a friend that might like this podcast. And yeah, just keep trying to be holy
Every day.
Peace, love, and plants.
Amen.
I need
Does
to
it fade
watch.
out? Like it just fade?
Yeah, it just fades out.
I was